Hey, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day. You know, taking over. Oh, maybe if I don't move, he won't see me.
Now that I got the phone back, look at her. Now that I got the phone back, it's crazy. Yo, don't. Put it in the comments down below if you want Natalie in the next video. Another day, another video, more work. Civic is gone. The Civic is no longer in my driveway. Now my focus can be 1000% on the CRX, man. So today I want to finish sanding down the door, priming the door, and get that ready for my boy Julian when he eventually is going to paint the car. So that is what we will be working on today. Luckily, the door doesn't have any major dents. There's one small little one. Where did it go? Somewhere in this area right here. I could feel a tiny bit, but for the most part the rest of the door is in great shape. So I probably am not going to fix the dent. I'm going to let him handle that. I just want to sand it down and get it to that same gray primer. Same gray primer that we have on most of the rest of the car. And if with time, if I have time today, I might end up just spraying all this side gray so that it's all one color instead of just doing the door and leaving that as is. Even though this part was done with you know, the actual like primer for a car, but I'll probably still end up spraying it because he'll have to just sand the car down again and spray it one more time with, you know, good primer. Start off by putting a little bit of tape here, even though you know, I'm not going to hit it with the sander, just to be safe. It's not going to hurt. So I got a couple little scratches, guys, from when this is before I started taking the car apart. When I rolled the window down the first time, there must have been dirt obviously in the track and in the moldings or whatnot. So when I rolled it down, there's little scratches. If you guys can, put it down in the comments below, man, what you suggest to try and get those small little scratches out of the glass, if it's doable. All right, went ahead and taped off what I think was the important part. The handle is still inside of there. There's rubber trim here. I don't care about the metal trim because that could just get sanded and obviously like repainted, but I didn't want to get on the rubber part of it all the way around, so that's why I taped it off the way I did. And I kind of went with the factory lines. Over here, this was all white like it is, and then underneath this tape it was black, so that's what I'm going with. Same over here, but right here you can see they did like a little curve, but I'm just gonna keep it straight. My my primer will just go straight up to that line. We'll also put the you know, the rust neutralizer on there. So this is pretty much the only part that really has like surface rust, besides like maybe like the little bit of the edge. But the door itself isn't bad. A little bit here, but it's literally just surface rust. So with the DA, it's gonna take it off pretty easily and quickly. And then yeah, then we could go ahead and spray primer on that and have it looking pretty again. And real quick, man, real quick, we are almost at 500 subscribers. I am doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. You're gonna get a free hoodie with the 561 AutoWorks logo on the front of it, and I think I might add one small little touch to it as well, but I'm not gonna say that. So make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell your friends about this channel. Let's get to 500 subscribers. We are almost freaking there. thing I will say, I buy a lot of my all of my sanding pads at Harbor Freight, and I will say they work good for about 45 seconds. And then whatever material they use, or it's obviously cheap, so whatever material they use as the, you know, the rough part of it, it wears off super quick. So cheap, Harbor Freight. You want something a little more expensive, obviously you go to like paint shops or whatever, but because we're not at that level yet, Harbor Freight it continues to be. But they do wear off very quickly. I'm not gonna turn the machine off, but you guys can see that there's like two edges here. So I have an edge right here, and I have another edge here. So what I'm trying to do is stay flat on this edge, like horizontally, let's say, and then I come back and I hit this edge at a 45. I don't want to pass, I don't want to do this because I can potentially get rid of the factory little edge that it has. So you want to try to keep it flat, 45, and then curve with this edge. And that's on any door panel or fender. You don't want to go too rough on the edges because you can potentially get rid of that line. Now I do want to get down to at least like the primer. I don't want it, so I wanted to get it at least down to like this. I do want to try to get rid of as much paint as possible. So I think I'm going to move from the 240 up to the, I believe it's 180 that I have. And then I'll go back over it again with the 240 so that the scratches and whatnot can kind of like, you know, blend away or whatnot. And then obviously with the sandable primer, it's thick. Hopefully it will get rid of even more scratches. So let's get rid of this 240, move on to the 180. My bad, it's actually 120. The 120 is working, but I want to get down quicker, so we're going to 80. After I get down with the 80, then I'll go to the 120. After the 120, then I'll move on to the 240. So let's try the 80 grit, whoops, and see how it goes. We are making progress, y'all. We're almost down to, all we need left is pretty much that bottom part and that small little section there, but everything else is sanded. This I'll probably just do by hand. This little like door jamb section where the trim goes on, I'll probably just do that by hand, scuff it up, but that's fine. Everything else pretty sure, and also in here I'll try to get that by hand as well, because obviously I can't get in there with the machine, so I have to do my best to get in there by hand. But it's coming out good, man. It's coming out really, really good. For sure, I know for sure I need to know. for sure, I know I need to go and get more of that wax and grease remover liquid, because I'm completely out. So I'm gonna have to sand all this down, blow it off with the blower, pause, and then go out and grab some of that so I can wipe it down so it's nice and clean and free of any kind of oils or grease or anything. So then we could go ahead and prime it. But I do need to run out and get some of that stuff. Listen, man, I don't know if it's because I'm still new to this paint stuff, right? And sanding and whatnot. I don't know if it's because the paint that Honda uses on these CRXs was really good, or if it's because it's been caked on for, what, 30 years now or so, that it just thickened up because it's been a pain in the butt. I've gone through a lot of damn pads, man, but we're almost there. Look, just this. That's all we got left, y'all. It's just that. So we're almost done with the 80, and then like I said, I'm gonna go buy it all again with the 120, and then I'll make a quick pass again with the 240, and then continue on. Bam! Woo! Man, finally. The 80 is done. The 80 is done. Now I'm gonna grab a piece of 120 and do this little part real quick, and then hit it with the blower. Pause. I feel like it's actually easier here, maybe because they don't go as heavy when they paint the car, because it seems like it's a little bit easier to sand and strip off. Again, I'm not gonna go too crazy here, honestly. I'm just gonna scuff it up a little bit so that the paint has something, the primer has something to stick onto. But I don't really care about this little section because it's never ever ever gonna get seen. You just saw we blew off the car. I actually blew off the whole little deck, whatever you want to call it. But now I'm gonna go ahead and clean myself off just a little bit, run to the O'Reilly's, grab the wax and grease remover liquid, and then we'll be back to finish her up. Kids, don't do drugs, stay in school, do right, don't end up like this guy, man. Now, I'm not putting this up to be funny or anything like that, because it's sad, and it just sucks seeing this. So do right, man. Do right by yourselves. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, respect yourself, respect others, man, and just don't do drugs. And I say that to say this: I'm 41 years old. I've never drank in my life. I've never smoked in my life. I've never popped pills. I've never snorted. I never poked myself. I've never done any of that, man. And I'm 41 years old, and I've been around it for many, many, many years. I've seen it. It sucks, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. So they didn't have the stuff that I normally use, but I went ahead and just grabbed this acetone. You can see it removes grease and wax from glass, metal, and other surfaces. So it'll work just fine. So you guys saw we blew it off already, pause. And now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down with this guy, let it sit, dry up. Then we'll hit it with the rust neutralizer, let that sit and dry up, and then we'll hit it with primer. Pour some on, wipe down the surface of whatever it is. And this stuff dries off really, really quick. You may not even see it on camera, but as soon as you apply it, like within seconds, it's completely dry. This is gonna take off any wax, any grease that was left behind by my hands, by others from, you know, back in the days. So it takes off everything. Y'all know what's next. Rust neutralizer. Spray it. And then I like to just wipe after. Let it sit and dry. First coat is done. You guys can see that there's still, you know, a couple spots that are that needs a little bit more paint, but the first coat is done. I will let that dry. In about 10 minutes I'll hit it with the second coat. Try to get these edges a little bit better. It reminds me of back in the days when I had my first CRX. I bought it when my brother bought it for me, and it was white. And then I did the same thing. I primed the entire car in a flat black, so it was flat black for a while. It was like 8 to 10 cans of spray can, and then I eventually painted it silver. But it reminds me of that, of back in the day when I sprayed my entire CRX in black primer spray cans. It's hard to tell on camera, but right here, sorry, where is it at? Where'd it go? Right here, there's a small dent here, sorry, right here, that has to get pushed back out so that it can continue to create this little line it has right here. So I'll have Julian deal with that, but for the most part, the door is primed and it's one color. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tape so that it looks a little bit cleaner and more organized. But yeah, man, the door is primed. Looks good. Looks really, really good. I'm happy. Definitely got to do this next. I may do it completely just off camera one day, but if not, I'll make a video of it, or I'll mix in this with something else. But that definitely got to get primed. That's got to get primed down there. Probably inside the actual door jamb is gonna have to get primed. I think we did the door jamb on the passenger side, but I don't remember. But it looks freaking good, man. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think, how it looks. Again, almost at 500. Free hoodie at 500 subscribers. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, man. We are almost at 500 subscribers. One of you guys will get yourselves a free 561 AutoWorks hoodie. You guys know the vibes, man. Chase the dream, not the competition. Peace.